Apple boldly and predictably takes aim at the DAMUS app that was built on top of the Nostr protocol. Why? Welcome back, everybody. All right, I figured we'd take a little break from all of the Craptos stuff collapsing and everything, and we would take a look at what DAMUS actually posted today. So let's take a look, guys. DAMUS will be removed from the App Store in 14 days. Apple says Zaps are not allowed on their platform because they could be used by content creators to sell digital content. Okay, but they aren't being used to sell digital content, but they could be. Okay. This is right before we're about to give our talk at the Oslo Freedom Forum on how decentralized social networks with Lightning integration are bringing financial freedom to the masses. Pretty sus. This would be a watershed moment if people can't transact freely P2P on their platform. This has huge implications for the entire ecosystem of apps with Lightning integration and value for value. And I mean, look, you know, the person behind the DAMUS app account, I think hit the nail on the head. And here's just a confirmation. DAMUS doesn't sell any digital goods or provide features for selling digital goods. It simply has a tip buttons for facilitating P2P transactions like Venmo or Cash App, which are both on the iOS store, on the App Store, sorry. So this is definitely peculiar. It's very peculiar. Now, all right. What are the arguments, right? Like what could be the reasons why Apple is doing this? Number one, I mean, they're removing the DAMUS app. Is that really, is it really about the payment systems? I think Felix, fellow Bitcoiner, made a really good point. Twitter has a tip button. Why is their app on the App Store? And technically, you could do the exact same thing with Twitter that you can do with DAMUS. And this is kind of an interesting response here from Jürgen Strobel. Twitter has the clout as Apple does. Now, I know that that's not really a real reason, but it does make you beg the question. Why does the Twitter app allowed to offer payments, and yet somehow the idea that people could be getting paid for digital content through Twitter just completely escapes the Apple Store? But yet with the DAMUS app, that seems to be at the forefront. So look, I do believe that this is part of the Then They Fight You stage. This has a little bit more to do. I believe that this has a little bit more to do with freedom of speech. I think we need to see how this plays out. I do find it really strange that the Apple Store took specific aim at the DAMUS app. Now, obviously, as a Bitcoiner, you know, we can just say, well, you know, it's really just an attack on Bitcoin. You know, an indirect attack on Bitcoin, even though I know that the Nostr protocol isn't built on Bitcoin or anything like that, but I'm talking about its decentralized nature and the fact that it is a free speech enabling platform, the same way as Bitcoin, as Bitcoin is. So that could be one of the arguments. The argument is the other argument could just be, look, they're super small, and for whatever reason, people with deeper pockets have decided to use Apple to apply pressure to this smaller platform. Who knows? But I can say this. Apple, I do think that this is a step backwards. Closed systems always end up losing in the end. And I think the best example of that, one of the best examples of that is TCP/IP. Okay? TCP/IP is an open system. This is how all of the messaging, all the communications around the internet takes place. Now there were closed protocols that tried, like IPX, SPX. The point is, open systems win, and the reason why they win is because people can voluntarily opt in and opt out. I think that Apple is making a huge mistake with the DAMUS app. And I think that they, even though they're huge, and even though currently they have a massive moat and have the pull to do what it is that they're doing, I do think that they are at some point going to regret this action. Time will tell. This is definitely a strike against Apple. I did see that there is a compromise that the DAMUS app can do where they remove the tipping, the tipping feature from the app itself and only have it on the web version. So you can tip people that way. So that is a possible workaround. Either way, it's not ideal. It sounds kludgy. Apple, huge miss, huge fail. You guys, you shouldn't be battling. You shouldn't be battling like this. You should not be taking this side. You should be taking the side of open systems. But I do understand why you don't. Your entire system is closed. The strength of the Apple ecosystem is in the fact that it is closed and it is a walled garden. The only question is, how long will it get to keep that moat and that advantage? If you like the show, you like the content, please consider liking and subscribing. I will catch you guys all tomorrow.